What's up, everybody? I'm Seirea, and I'm here to play the one game that I can always pick up and play because I don't have that great of a library or vocabulary of speedruns yet, especially on the NES, but this game and this series is where I have lived my entire life, basically. This is, as I mention often, probably the first video game I ever played, and it's a very important game and speedrun to me, and I'm going to be doing the main category, at least as it is on speedrun.com, Novice mode, which is the medium difficulty mode overall in this game if you were playing the Famicom version, because the Famicom version actually has an easy mode, which is interesting. You'd think it's the opposite based on the way we expect games to be ported to the West. They tend to make games easier, but they actually took away the easy difficulty mode in this Western version, which is fascinating. So this is the one that we all grew up with, so this is the category that became popular and competitive. So I am second place in this category right now, and someday my aspiration is to take the world record in this main category, someday. But it's brutal, it's a brutal game with so much RNG at all times, and that means that this could go any possible way, even if I was practiced in this category right now, which I'm not. So this is going to get started in 3, 2, 1, go. So it's what we lovingly call a running simulator with a boss rush. So in this game you have to complete certain rooms in a certain order so that you can get certain bosses to appear and take them all out in order to open up the game's end game. The end of the game you can just go to right now, but the door won't open until you've defeated a certain number of bosses in a certain order. And the first one that we have to go defeat is Rocco, who is in a warehouse just waiting for us. We don't have to defeat Moose, who we just passed up in the dump. Bosses will appear, in most part, after you defeat 4 gang members in the room that they're set to appear. This is an unskippable cutscene here. Roxy is telling us that the second to last boss is basically unbeatable unless we power up, and we're just going to laugh in her face and only get 1 power up the entire game, which should not technically be enough for us to win, but we're going to do our best, especially since I haven't fought them in many months, and I was having a bit of an issue with them when I last picked up the game. Free real estate! No gang appeared in this room, which means that we can get the crate easily, and that the homeboys are going to appear in the warehouse, which is just fine. And in River City, things like this can happen. You can just hit people through walls. We have superpowers because we are a Japanese high schooler. We are a boncho. We can do anything we please, and it's going to go well. And I was able to manipulate those 2 to be right there, and now Rocco, boom, boom, boom. Thank you, crate, and now I'm going to try and do a death warp, boom, and I got the coin, very nice. That is how you do the Rocco fight. And now we're going to backtrack. This is something that tripped up a lot of casual players of this game. It's very, like, Rocco tells you have to go back to Sherman Park to beat Blade, but it's not super obvious. I'm going to try and not miss my redashes here. I missed my redash, so I'm going to do this instead. And I actually jumped in a room transition just earlier to get something called floating state. Basically, anytime you do a full running jump in this game, after you land, between then and the next time you leave the ground that's not a running jump, all of your attacks are stronger, and that's called floating state. It's kind of like an in-between state between being regularly grounded and doing like a full running jump and being in the air. And it's what we think it's an intended mechanic because it's very interesting. There are so many like very minute details about this game that you wouldn't, double free real estate, interesting, that you wouldn't know of. And now I'm going to try and do some tough platforming. Oh, I got the bump as well, but then I missed my dash. I got a very fortunate thing there where I kind of got bumped to the right of that crate, which would have allowed me to go through faster. I forgot to do my proper movement there, that's okay. Now floating state again here, and mob. I accidentally got a redash there. I mean, I guess that's fine. Hi, pretty face guy. I call that guy pretty face guy because he has a pretty face. And that guy's gone. He doesn't care about anything that's happening here. Yeah, we call him Sideburns. I missed my redash again. Got that one. So I'm not doing great on the boss fights right now because this is my first time playing this game in a long time and my first time playing on an NES controller since AGDQ last year. So I'm supposed to be doing things called redashes, which allows me to do instant second dashes, which is how you can get more power on the boss fights, but I'm failing them right now. This is my favorite fight if I can do it correctly. There's a redash. There's a missed redash. Maybe I can do this. No, never mind. Let's try and... Nope. I mean, I got it, kind of. That was an interesting, like, I did my first hop kick on the top of that little thing there, and then still was able to take him out. Not a great mojo fight. I wasn't able to do it in my favorite way. I wasn't paying attention to my money, but I do have enough, thankfully, to buy stone hands. So this is going to be our only upgrade for the entire run. And I'm sorry coming in here and doing nest block messed up the audio a little bit. Hopefully it's not bothering anybody too much. I'm going to try and do something really stupid. I'm going to take a crate in here on the way to the next boss and try and do something called a box sled, which is unbelievably difficult. And I haven't even done it on my usual setup in a very long time. And basically it involves going in here. I'm going, hopefully that's far enough. I might actually run into the wall here. I'm going to try and skip the door opening animation by equipping stone hands right here. I was too far away. And so now I'm going to have to set up the box sled like this. And time to fail. Yep. So I'm not going to attempt it again, but yeah, you saw I had it there. I just had to wait one extra frame basically to be able to reach the other side. Sorry I couldn't show it off for you. That would have been one of my most legendary box sleds ever because I'm so out of practice. But I'm not making excuses. Like I've been making excuses this entire time, but don't worry, I'm not making excuses because I said so. And now, this is how you're supposed to just get over here normally. Just go up here, and now we're going to use stone hands.
Auto combo.
I actually did that the wrong way, but I kind of did the swaggy backup. And then, not really, because I was supposed to throw the thing into him.
Throw up brass knuckles on the floor.
Yeah, I forgot how to do the Kobayashi shakedown, but I did the frame perfect input the second round, and then I was supposed to throw the weapon into him to be able to take him out in the next round, but it's okay. And now we've got the end game. We're approaching the end game here. I think one of them has a weapon, which is very annoying, and my block happened early, which is also very annoying, because now this is happening. And now I don't have floating state, so I'm going to do a high jump on the way to Ivan, just so I can deal more damage in the boss fight. And here we go. Caveman strats. So that's how we're going to be playing the rest of the game with stone hands. Just fast punches. Boom. And here comes Doug. That guy's stuck over there. This guy's not. So here he comes. That's Blockhead. He's the defense specialist. Every single gang member in this game is a specialist in a certain stat that you have in the game. And he's the defense specialist. He tends to block a bit more often. Let me try and do this Otis fight correctly. And now for a very difficult jump here, especially if you're out of practice like me. We got it.
Nice job. That jump sucks.
That's a two-frame window to store that high jump and be able to keep using it. And he's gone again, and that was actually really scary. He had me locked in blocking. If he had decided to swing that lead pipe at me, I would have been just clean dead. Same thing happened there, and now I'm dead. Pretty face guy acted as a perfect decoy and kind of locked me out of my actions and gave him a perfect opportunity to just completely take advantage of me. Whatever. I've got floating state back there. I jumped into that room transition, so I should be okay, but I'm going to actually have to get rid of it once I get back up here. Cowboys, who I call the Owboys. Whoops. There we go. There's the backup, and so now I don't have floating state anymore, so I'm going to be fighting the gang without... Oh, we got the incredibly unlikely squids. They're, I think, a 1% chance... Ow. A 1% chance here. This is an interesting gang. They kind of throw one attack and then walk away. They're very annoying sometimes. And now I'm going to get floating state back on the way to the Dragon Twins and probably die to them. Never mind. That's a really unforgiving fight because if
they get loose, you're dead.
Yep, you're dead if they get loose. Now, hopefully not to miss any dashes here. I couldn't tell if I hit all 3 punches there. Yep, I got the 8-rounder. That's the perfect Simon fight. So let's do a happy dance.
Nice run.
I mean, it's too bad I failed the box sled and too bad I died on the top floor, but that is time. That is River City Ransom. Thank you very much, everybody. Absolutely one of my favorite, thank you so much. Absolutely one of my favorite games of all time. I will never stop playing this game as long as I have the ability and means to. Long live NES, long live NES Block. Thank you so much, Mad Mega, for always for doing this. This is one of my favorite parts of AGDQ every single time, of any GDQ. And I can't wait to see everybody else's runs. I might be back with more from this franchise. I might play Downtown Special, which is basically a sequel to this game, which basically is the same game, but packed up in a different way. But yeah, River City Ransom, just absolutely a joy. I recommend anybody to play it casually. It's really unforgiving, as you just saw, like really rough sometimes, and it's unbelievably frustrating to try and grind, which is why I have taken a long break from trying to get that world record that is so important to me to get. But I'm really, really thankful for everything I've been able to achieve in this game so far. I was lucky enough to be able to get world record in the co-op with Yells last year, and we were able to record it thanks to Mad Mega once again. And I have the world record in the easy category in the Japanese version, and I'm second place in a lot of other things, but there's still so much yet that I want to do with this game, and it's just always fun, and it feels incredible just to not play for a while and just come back and pick up and play. It's always joyful, and thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of NES Block. Hope you've enjoyed everything so far. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you soon. Until then, dream on, folks. Peace.